to my channel. So today's video is the requested VIB Rouge, kind of like a buying guide. So it's going to be all about what I would get if I didn't already have it, things I plan on stocking up on, and things that I want to try that I haven't yet. So just to try to be helpful, I'm going to list the product in the corner of the screen, how much it costs, what you'd be saving with the 20% off. So first, surprise, a lot of the things on my list are going to be skincare because I can't stress how important skincare is. It tends to be some of the most expensive products, so that's why taking advantage of a 20% sale is really going to help and make it a little easier to swallow. But again, guys, if you're taking really good care of your skin underneath, you could literally rub cat poop on your face and it would look amazing as makeup. So if it came down to spending $60 on a foundation versus $70 on a face oil, I will take the face oil all day long, because if your skin is looking amazing, again, you don't really need much coverage or luminosity or anything else that these foundations claim to do. First thing I plan on picking up a new one is the Sunday Riley Good Genes. I have a very small amount left of this product, and I'm crediting it to a mixture of this and the moisturizer I'm going to show you. I still get dry skin on my chin always. That's a problem area for me, but it used to be like really flaky, really bad no matter what I did to my skin. And I really believe that the lactic acid in here is such a humectant that it really draws the moisture out of the air and into my skin. So I was finishing saying into my skin, my camera just cut off and I did not realize it because my memory card was full. So I kept talking for a little bit. So I'm just going to finish on this little voiceover. So a viewer asked me to review the Drunk Elephant Glycolic Serum and in place of this Good Genes. So I am going to pick both of them up on this sale. I really debated maybe just getting the Drunk Elephant to try because it is $90 and this Good Genes is $105, but I am so scared that at least if I get them both on the sale and I don't like one, like the Drunk Elephant, and I can return it, I'll get my money back. But if I don't get them both during the sale, then I won't be able to get the discount. So we'll see. I mean, worst comes to worst, I'll just alternate between the two. Next, in sticking with the Sunday Riley, I would get one of their face oils. I'm obsessed with these. If you guys haven't seen my face oil video, again, I will link it below. But these are my three favorite. I love Juno, I have Flora, and then Luna. The two that I find I use the most are actually these two. And if you look at the side, I've actually put such a dent. It's hard to see in this one. This one's half full. This one actually, I guess, is like a quarter of the way down, but I love all of these oils. If you have more mature skin, I would get the Flora or really dehydrated skin, but I find the one I reach for the most, because I do use a prescription strength retinoid, is Juno. And on the days that I'm not using my prescription strength retinoid, I'm using Luna. I love these. If you are on a skin transformation trying to get your skin somewhere, definitely get the Luna, because if you have problematic skin and you're just trying to add this on top, this isn't really as much of a treatment as this. This is going to help turn your cells over and just work wonders on your skin. This is really good if you want to help brighten your complexion and if you already are super exfoliated. I really like all of these oils, and they are quite pricey. Again, guys, you don't need all of them. Just pick one that is suited to your needs. And again, I discussed all the videos in my face oil video, so you can go check that out if you need some kind of recommendations for what your skin type is. This impressed me because this is in my empties. This is completely gone. This is the Codalil C15 oil. This is a detoxification oil, which is packed rich of antioxidants, which basically go on and fight all the free radicals on your skin. If you're 30 years old or older, you need to be using antioxidants on your skin, because your tissue laxity and all of these issues start happening on your skin, and that's why wrinkles become more obvious. On Tuesday, I just turned 34 years old, and I think my skin is in really good condition. I think it's actually in the best condition it's ever been in my life, opposed to even in my younger years, because I honestly used to just either go to sleep in my makeup, what makeup I was wearing, which was kind of like mineral foundation. It was nothing too over the top, definitely not like what it is now, but I would go to sleep in it, and then, I mean, I think of that now, I'm like, that is not even from my pillowcases, I'm like, that is just not sanitary. And then I went to just using like a makeup wipe and I'd get into bed. And now I have a whole routine, and it's really changed the texture of my skin, the plumpness of my skin. I'm just trying to age gracefully. Not that 34 is old, but you guys know what I mean. So this oil I would definitely get. I love it. It has a very odd smell. At first I had to get used to it. It's very herbal, green, plant-like, but it's amazing. And I use this oil every night as the first oil I put on my face. Next is my favorite thing on planet Earth. I've told you guys a million times about this, and I think some people are like, oh yeah. No, this is no joke. This Belief, the True Cream Moisturizing Balm, and this Fresh Sea Berry Oil are freaking amazing. I use this on my face every single night. I've done this to all my friends that have come and visited me. They all say the same thing. They're like, holy crap, this is amazing. When you first put it on your face, I put a dollop of this on the back of my hand. I've gone through 3 of these large jars now, which is unheard of. I never finish moisturizers, really. I've gone through 3 of these full jars. I put a dollop of it on the back of my hand, and I put 3 drops of this Fresh Sea Berry Oil. I emulsify it on my hand, and then I rub it on my face. I make sure, too, that I can go over my eye area. I don't personally believe in eye creams because I feel like you're getting a third of the product for triple the price. And I would rather, for the very same ingredients as in skincare. I love this. I cannot say enough things about it. It's really changed my skin to the fact of, even when I wake up in the morning, like when I go to bed at night, my face is like super kind of shiny at first. It's hard to describe. It's not like I'm sliding all over the place, but I'm definitely shiny. When I go to bed, when I wake up in the morning, my skin is perfectly hydrated. There is no film on it. There is no more oil. There's nothing. And when I take my shower or something, I don't put any other moisturizer on my face in the morning besides my primers, like my skin prep of what I do. But my skin feels good. It's really helped with the dry skin around here and around the cracks of my nose. I just cannot say enough good things about these guys. So you really, especially if you have dry skin, please try this cocktail. You can get this Fresh Sea Berry Oil in a smaller size. That's only $18.50. And this lotion, while I'm not a fan of skincare that is in jars like this, because when you open it up, you're gonna get air in there that will break down the ingredients a lot faster than a pump. I also don't like dipping my finger in because that can contaminate it. But this is not claiming to be an antioxidant or any kind of treatment. All this is claiming to be is a surge of moisture for your skin, and that's exactly what it provides. So there's really nothing to oxidize and break down in here. And I use it so fast anyway, because that dollop every single night, I mean, it's truly amazing. I really like this. I tried their gel one, the True, like the Moisture Balm, or I don't remember what it's called. Hydration Balm or something, and I did not like that. If you have really oily skin, I'm guessing you'll like the gel version of this better because it seeps into your skin faster. Definitely get these two. Something that I love that I'm actually completely out of are the Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Extra Strength Peels. I love the ones that are in the little envelope duos. They do have them in like a jar where you can just pull each pad out, but those can dry out in my experience. I prefer the just the little duo envelopes. I like them because I can just toss them in my bag when I'm traveling too. And the first step is an alpha. It's actually an alpha and beta hydroxy acid. They have both of them, all the acids actually in there to help exfoliate that dead layer of skin. And then the second step has a retinoid in it, which is going to help penetrate your skin and really be able to do its work. And I can't say enough good things about those. I really love those. I'm completely out, so I will be picking those up. Next, I am completely out of my Algenist Biphase Peel, which I adore too. It's a much different alpha hydroxy than I've ever used before because it's kind of like an oil. You need to shake it up and then you put it on and it provides a nice tingle to it. But then when you wash it off, it's almost like you feel like you're hitting kind of like a rubber on your face because it is an oil. So when you splash water on it first, it feels a little odd. But I love that. Now, an important thing to know is you guys don't need all of these chemical exfoliators, but I feel like I can never be exfoliated enough. Do not use multiple exfoliators in a day. I would not recommend it because your skin could go insane. There is such a thing as over exfoliating your face, so you want to make sure that you do it safely. So basically what I like to do is one night I will use my Good Genes, one night I will use my Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta peels, one night I'll use my Algenist. It really just is up to what my skin is kind of doing that day. Again, since those are all quite pricey, now is a good time to get them so you can kind of stock up. Those little pads aren't gonna go bad before the next sale, so you can keep those, and since they are separate, those are easy to travel with too. Like my other ones, I don't bring traveling. Next, I know I've beat this to death, but if you guys don't have a Clarisonic, you are missing out. Really, 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 really need one. When I tell you it changes your skin so much, the first few months on it are kind of a punishment because your skin has all of kind of like blemishes and dirt kind of like deep down, and when it starts bringing all that stuff up, your skin is going to get inflamed, it's going to have pimples, but once it goes through that, what we call that purge phase, your skin will look better than it's ever looked. This also gives me a super deep clean. After I use my makeup wipes, I put some face wash on here and I go through the zones, and when I dry my face, not a speck of anything is left, and it's such a nice feeling. I like this too because I feel like you don't have to use as harsh of a face wash that you may normally use to kind of strip all that makeup off, because the vibrations on this clean 6 times deeper than your hands, which I love this. I tried that for you. If you guys have seen my review, it's somewhere in my videos. I hated that thing. This thing I love. One thing I will be getting though is replacement brush heads for this. I like to buy them in the duo pack. You need to change these at least every 3 months. I like to change mine more often because I do use this every night. At first when I got this, I was using it in the morning and the night, and it was too much for my skin. I think it was like really drying me out. So now I only use this at night. This is a great time to stock up on any Glam Glow masks you guys like. This is a cleanser, which I do like, but I still have a lot of this left. I'm going to be getting the green mask of this. I was thinking of getting the newer orange one that's brightening, that I'm guaranteeing you is vitamin C in there, because that's what really helps brighten your complexion. But I really, really love the green mask in the pot because it goes on like a clay and it cleanses off like an oil. So for those of you with normal and dry skin, it's going to be great. So they're expensive. Again, they're $69, so I always wait until they're on sale so I don't feel as guilty. Next, I'm going to open this back drawer because this is where I keep my skin prep so I don't have to haul it, and I'm going to show you. You guys know every single day I do my makeup, I use this facial spray. Now when I tell you, I just literally am like, psh, psh. I don't just sit there holding the can. These last forever. These last forever. So if you were thinking, why do I need water in a can? Ooh, this is nice and cool. Why do I need water in a can? This is just an amazing, it's basically a toner. You're basically getting some moisture down. It's rebalancing the pH of your skin. This is just so refreshing. Next, I like to get them in little small jars now because I was getting my vitamin C serums in larger jars and they go bad quickly because light breaks it down, air breaks them down. My other one was in an eyedropper. So I really like this Ole Hendrickson, this Truth Serum Collagen Booster, which is vitamin C. Vitamin C goes on your skin and really helps give you a radiant, like really bright complexion, and this one actually smells like oranges. These, again, skincare can be expensive, guys, so it's awesome to get them during the sale, and I always like to get the smaller sizes so it doesn't go bad before I can use all of it. I love this sunscreen. This is the Dr. Dennis Gross Sheer Mineral Sun Spray. You have this little like spray paint ball in there. Because it is made with minerals, they tend to be thicker, so that ball really helps mix them and separate. It says to spray on your hands and then pat on your face. I honestly just spray right on my face and give a nice pat in. This is nice and light. I did question if it was going to provide me with enough sun protection because it's not really thick, but between this and then using a foundation that has SPF in it, or even if I can go over with another sunscreen, but I don't find I need it with this. I really, really like this sunscreen. This is an SPF 50, which is great. I've seen a few of you guys have tagged me on Instagram that you guys got this and you told me you really like it, so I love to hear that when you guys like what I like. Now for my face prep steps. You guys know I'm like the queen of, it's so funny, I don't know why I like thought it was so funny. I'm like, I do like multi primers, and I kept thinking that, and then I was watching Transformers with Keegan not too long ago, and I was like, oh my god, my name should be like Optimus Prime. Like, I use optimal primers. So I would definitely get the Too Faced Hangover RX. This has coconut water, electrolytes. I think it smells like butt. It smells like stale coconut water. I've said a million times when people are on these videos talking about they love the smell of it, I'm like, we have very different sense of smells. Because I think this smells like stale coconut water, but I love how it performs. And I let my last one run out, and I was thinking, oh, you know, I'm used so many, maybe it's just like all mental and they're not really doing different things for me. But when I stopped using this, I did notice that my makeup started breaking up more, and I started getting those dry patches throughout the day. So I will continue to get this. Primers always feel kind of like a little bit of a waste. Especially, this is not a pore refining. This isn't gonna do anything but hydrate your face. So sometimes you're like, man, that like $34 or whatever it is, you're like, that's kind of expensive. But I like this, so I will get a backup one of these. Next, I really like this Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer in the Nourishing. This is basically the moisturizing one on steroids. So this one, for people with dry skin, is amazing. Every single day, I use this on the cracks of my nose, where it's like the ultimate dry spot, and then I also will run some on my chin. Last for skin prep is my Tarte Face Spackle. One of my viewers, I believe it was Lori, told me that she absolutely loves this, and I've gone through like 3 or 4 of these by this time, which again, it's hard for me to actually use a primer all up. If you guys like the Professional, that is this. This is on steroids. This is so much better than that other one. I have it in my drawer ever since I got this. I never use this. I use this every day around the bigger pores on the side of my face, and I also use it to fill in my piercing scars, which I think it does a really great job of it. At first, it being in a pot was really off-putting to me, but for really inexpensive, I found this spatula on Amazon, part of Prime as well. I just dip this into the back and put it on my face. If you don't have Dragon Lady nails like me, it's not an issue, but I just always prefer to dip something in and not use my fingers. Okay guys, so that's really it for my skincare. Now I'm going to start getting into some makeup items. If you guys aren't aware, I have 3 favorite foundations. My MAC Face and Body, my Makeup Forever Ultra HD, and then my Dior Air Flash. Now I have been keeping track on the side of here with little dots and slashes because I heard a lot of people say that this doesn't last very long, and when I tell you 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, I've used this over 40 times, and I still have some left. I mean, it sounds like I have a decent amount of this left. I don't spray it just right on my face. It's wasting product, all the other stuff that will mist. I spray this on my flat top kabuki brush, and I blend this into my skin. One spray, one cheek, one spray the other. I mean, this stuff is gorgeous. $62 though, I think, or $63. It's expensive. I got this on, oh my god, so funny, I wrote the date on the bottom. I actually got this 10 months ago. Like, granted, because I have so many foundations, I switch back and forth between them, and when I get something new, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna use this all the time. So I haven't used this in a little while, but I love this, and this gives a gorgeous, gorgeous finish, very luminous, very lightweight as well. So like when I'm up close, you won't be able to see like a heavy caking of foundation because it's so light. I love this stuff. They don't have a huge color range selection. I would definitely get the Makeup Forever Ultra HD. I have the original HD foundation, and I like this one 10 times better. I am kind of in between shades, so I mix my R230 in with an R260 to kind of get my perfect shade. I mean, that's really not necessary. It did take me quite some time to find my perfect match though. They kept giving me like the yellow ones. I'm like, I'm neutral, and if anything, I think I'm cool. They kept giving me these yellow, and it kept making me kind of look sick, and it just didn't look right. So I just went and matched myself, and when I did that, I think it looks a lot better. But again, a good foundation, a good skincare followed by a good foundation is going to make your skin look amazing, and that's half the battle with makeup. Even if it looks like you took a Sharpie and colored in your eyeshadow, if your skin is radiant and glowing, I mean, that's what people are going to be focusing on. Let's get into my Hourglass products that I really love. The first thing I would get is their bronzer. This is gorgeous. I got it in Luminous Bronze Light, which is the lighter of the 2 shades that they offer. I have a little bit of this on today. It blends perfectly. For those girls that are fair and light, this is the one for you. If you're medium and deep, I would get the other one. But this has some of their powders running through it, and this one has the luminous light running through the bronzer. It's beautiful. This is so expensive though. I think it's like $50. It might even be more. I don't know. I'll have it in the screen here. But it's expensive and it will last you pretty much a lifetime. I mean, I've never gone through any of my powders, maybe because I have a lot of them, but I just love them. If you are light like me, I would get Ethereal Light. I love these ambient lighting powders. They are amazing. Amazing. If you guys think they're gonna provide you coverage, they're not. They're not setting powders. They're finishing powders. So they're meant to be used as the last step of your makeup. After I took a very small amount of powder and set right underneath my eyes, I then took my brush and lightly tapped it in Ethereal Light, and then I just put that all under my eyes right here, kind of just as my finishing step. And what it does is it helps take the light and then reflect it back in more flattering tones. If you guys haven't seen my video on these, I broke down each powder, what skin tone they're best for, and what effect it gives. Again, I will link it below if you haven't seen it. I love these. And I read some other reviews and sometimes people are like, oh, you know, I put on my concealer and then I set underneath my concealer with the powder and it didn't prevent creasing. It looked terrible. It's like, oh no, it's not a setting powder. If you're super dry, maybe you could kind of act as a setting powder, but it's going to kind of clump together with the wetness in your concealer. It's just not what it's meant to do. So, again, it's a lot of money, but it's a subtle effect of what you're getting, and that's what the best makeup is supposed to be. You're supposed to just look at you and be like, wow, you look great. Not like, whoa, you clearly have 5 pounds of makeup on your face. Next is my favorite blush of life, and I probably have at this point 100 blushes, maybe more. Blush and highlighters, actually I love it all, who am I kidding? But blush and highlighters are what I seem to hoard a lot. Liquid lipsticks, foundations, eyeshadows. Actually, I can't say because I hoard all of it, but this is my favorite blush of life. It looks so butt ugly, and when you swatch it on your hand from the pan, it looks so gross. These have to be put on with a brush. You have to try these on your skin tone. Have one of the sales associates help you. When you just swirl it around and put it on your hand, it's going to look very chalky and not very complimentary. I find Mood Exposure is my absolute favorite. If you are very fair like me, I also love Ethereal Glow and Dim Infusion. If you are any darker than me, neither of those two colors will really show up on you. This one is good for people that are light and medium skin tone. If you're much darker than that, I don't really know that these will show up, but they have like diffuse light. All of those, again guys, I will link the video below that you can check it out. But these are some of the most expensive blushes I own, but oh my god, I love this. Next, if you haven't owned one yet, I would for sure get a Becca highlighter. These are expensive, but for good reason. These are absolutely gorgeous. So pretty. It just gives the skin such a beautiful glow. Again, I don't have this on today, but this is the Becca in Champagne Pop. I know this is limited edition, but to the best of my knowledge, it's still online. I haven't seen it in my Sephora because they were all sold out, but if they have it, I would get it. I know they just came out with that like 3 palette thing. I don't like that thing. I don't understand how you can give someone pearl, that's obviously going to be used for someone fair, right? And then give them that copper, whatever. It's like, what the heck am I going to do with that? I don't want sparkly bronzer. A blush top, no, you look like Santa. I don't like that palette. I think a lot of times, again guys, I feel the same way about highlighter palettes, about contour palettes. It's like, get the color that works for your skin tone. You don't need a million others. Get the one that works for you. So I love the Champagne Pop, and between Champagne Pop and then Moonstone is my second favorite on these. Next, these eyeshadows are quite pricey. These are the Kat Von D Crushed Metal. And these are my 3 favorite colors out of them. This one is Synergy, which is a beautiful coppery shade. This is Raw Power, which is a beautiful cranberry color. I love this one. And then this is what I have on in the inner corners of my eyes. And this, for light to fair girls, is actually one of the most amazing highlighters I've ever seen. It's intense and it's beautiful. It reminds me of a Max Nylon. I know I've said on steroids a bunch of times today. I don't know why that's like my word of the day, but that's what that is. Sticking with Kat Von D right now, I would totally get the Eye Shade and Light palette. This kind of sat in my drawer after I got it for a while because I'm just a hoarder sometimes and I need to buy these things and then I forget I have them or I don't use them. I love the colors in here. The eyeshadows are amazing, and this is a great everyday easy go-to look. So she does a really good job of grouping the shadows into warm, neutral, and cool kinds of colors. So depending on what look you're going for, you have, you know, you'll have a transition, a crease, an outer V, a highlight color. I think her shadows are amazing quality, and this is one of the palettes that I feel like you can use constantly. It's not like a neon pink or something. I really like this. I mentioned this last year, and I'm gonna mention it again because if you guys didn't pick it up, I've had this so long, this is like the thicker container. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. I have the semi-sweet palette. I do not like that, but this palette I love. This palette gets a lot of love from me on a daily basis. This is awesome, especially for traveling. I can toss this in my bag and I don't need a million other shadows. It smells so good, just like a chocolate candy bar. It's awesome. I like to keep the film in here because I like to know what the name of my eyeshadows are, because I'm weird. In keeping with eyeshadows, I did not buy this from Sephora. I bought this from Beautylish, and it's rocked my world. I love Beautylish. I love their shipping. I'm gonna do a haul for you guys in a little bit. I think their customer service is amazing. This is the Vizart Dark Matte palette, and I mean, it's gorgeous. The colors in here are so pigmented. These are $80, which is a lot. Again, so now with your 20% off would be nice. And at first I like really choked. I'm like, $80 for a palette. It is a lot. But if you divide these eyeshadows up, you get 12 colors for the $80. Your shadows are netting down to roughly a little less than $6.70 an eyeshadow. So that's still, I mean, on par with Makeup Geek prices, and the pigmentation of these is amazing. I want all the palettes. I put them all in my cart. There were like 4 or 5 more for the sale, and I looked at my cart and I was like, I think I got all the things that I wanted up to like $2,100, and I was like, oh God, I need an intervention. I can't do that. I just can't. I would get one of these. They have a bunch. I personally prefer, when I'm spending a lot of money on eyeshadows, I love good matte eyeshadows. I like the shimmery ones too, but I tend to prefer pigments and other things for that. So this is gorgeous, and you guys know I love my colors. I will say though, this isn't a palette that I feel that you'll be able to do a look beginning to end in, because there's really no transition colors in here. So you will need other things, but the quality of these eyeshadows is amazing. Last few things I have for you guys is right now I would get some beauty blenders. I actually stocked up on these at the makeup show in Dallas, and I bought like a bag of 9 of them with a cleanser, so I don't need any more right now, but I've tried a bunch of other sponges. I always come back to the beauty blender. I don't know, it's just like the perfect cushiony, I just love this. And even after I use a brush to put on my foundation, I love to go over and just make sure that I don't have any streaks, that everything's blended, and to kind of give me that luminosity. If you're not sure how to use these, you have to take it and run it under the water and squeeze it while the water is running to let it expand and soak up that water. Then you completely wring it out. Then you take your towel and you squeeze, even like a paper towel, you squeeze it like that, and then you use it like that. When it's damp, it prevents the sponge from sucking up all your foundation. It helps give you a very luminous finish. I love these, but they're like $20, so get them on sale. If you guys are curious on how to wash those, I feel like I'm a self-promoting knob, but I have a whole video on that. I will link it below because I know I get questions on that. Last eyeshadow product I have is, I'm obsessed with this Kat Von D Mi Vida Loca. I know it's sold out like numerous times and kept coming back. If you like color, this palette is for you. Something I actually haven't seen anybody mention, which I'm shocked, maybe they have and I'm not paying attention, is this is your very own color wheel right here. I mean, obviously you can see it's like a rainbow, and these are the neutral shades in the middle. But when we talk about the color theory and stuff that I've done videos on, again, if you want to find complementary colors, all you really have to do is look right across on this wheel. So you want to use a purple, the complementary color is going to be like an orange color, like a blue purple. It's going to be directly across from this wheel. So if you're beginning with some color theory and you want to do some really bold looks, not only are these shadow quality amazing, but having this built-in color wheel I think is really, really awesome. I love all of these colors. I've messed around with this a bunch and I really like this. What I don't like about it is I hate packaging like this. I get it's novelty and cute, but it's like, where the hell will most people store this? It's like, I don't like it. I don't like it when I can't take shadows out and put them in my own books. I just don't like that. But these shadows are amazing, so I forgive them. My last item are these Makeup Forever Aqua Lip Liners. I love these. I know I've talked about them quite a bit, but these are my favorite lip liner formulas because they're super creamy and very long lasting. And if I had to just pick one color for the rest of my life, I have a backup of it because I love it so much, is the color 3C. It's very close to the shade of my own natural lip color, and I can fill them in and just put a gloss over the top. But I love these. I have quite a few. They have some beautiful deep berry colors. But these are pretty expensive for a lip liner, so I would get them now while they're on sale. So that is it for me, guys. If you guys have any questions or comments or concerns, please let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to hear what you guys can't wait to get. The sale for me for the VIB Rouge just started yesterday. One thing that is important to note, and actually when I was watching Jen Loves Reviews, if you guys don't know her channel, I'll link it below. She actually pointed out something which I'm glad she did because I wouldn't have known, is typically in the past when the VIB Rouges get first access, but then you can still shop the rest of the time for the VIBs as well. Not this year. This year it's over on the 9th, I believe, for us. So once our access is done, we can't shop that 20% anymore while all the VIBs can. So if you're not aware of that, make note and get whatever you need in the next few days because then it'll be over for us. I'd love to hear what you guys are really excited to get. Please leave it in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.